What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Today is Wednesday, November 1st, day number 92 inside the Big Brother house. Yesterday, we had a fun Halloween special. We still have the decorations up. Since today, we're still going to be talking about a lot of Halloween things that went on the episode, as well as Halloween shenanigans that took place on the feeds. We're going to talk about everything that happened with Big Brother yesterday. But let's first start off with the episode that we saw last night. It was the veto episode where we saw the final five competing for a chance to save either Felicia or Cirie from the block. It really kind of set up from the beginning Mafia versus the moms. And the Mafia is Bowie, Matt, and Jag. They'll always be the sinking ship to me. We had them as that for a while now on the alliance chart, but they've come to name themselves the Mafia. It's a kind of a theme of this season where nobody can really keep the name that they stuck with, but then they also became afraid of names after the big blow up, and it was an interesting season as far as alliances go. Cirie, she's pissed at Matt, right? Like Matt, it seems like, and I wasn't 100% sure if he really felt this way in the beginning of the week, but it does seem like he really did think he could keep Cirie around and they would get rid of Felicia if he put her up on the block. And no, as soon as Cirie touched the block, Jag and Bowie immediately were getting them out, right? Like, we're getting out Cirie. She's too close to Matt. She's also way too good at this game. If she gets to the final two, she's going to win. They also think she's been throwing comps, which, yes, but also no, she's just that bad at comps. So they really kind of solidified Bowie and Jag this final two agreement where they both want to take each other. I even would think, Matt would take Jag, so Jag's in a really good spot. Felicia would probably take Bowie. Bowie might take Jag, but Bowie could also take Felicia. I don't know. There's lots of weird scenarios that could go down, but we'll see how this all kind of plays out. But that does kind of take us into the actual veto competition, which actually kind of pretty much nailed what I thought it was going to be. It's one that I'm pretty sure if they've done a similar competition to this on BBUS, but it's become kind of a classic Big Brother Canada comp that they do a lot of times, where you have to stack an item up and then you can affect and make it fall by your movement in some way, whether it's by water. Sometimes they do just a rope that you're connected to and it spins it. There's been a few different iterations of similar type competitions that Big Brother Canada has done. And again, I'm pretty sure BBUS has done something similar to this one around this time as well. It's a good comp. I like it because it may seem like people automatically will go, oh, another physical comp. This one's really not physical. Like, yes, you got to move around, but this competition's more about patience and taking your time. Because if you're going too quick, you're just going to create all the waves and you're going to knock your tower over. You need to take it slow and relax, not cause that much rough waters. Let everything be calm. It's actually kind of a good metaphor for the beginning of the game of Big Brother. You want to kind of stay under the radar. Don't make any waves. So it's very similar in that way. But Jag ends up winning the veto, and he's going to keep things the same. There really was never any doubt about that. Matt originally, though, was making the claim that, hey, Felicia should go, right? And Jag and Bowie are just like, nah, not so much on board with that. But how can we get and make sure that Matt's on board with this? We then also had the $5,000 like trick or treat luxury thing. Like, it's not really a competition, it's just kind of a thing they did. Again, this is a thing that is more fun early in the season, right? Like, when there's more people, it can cause rifts and resentment for things that have went and took place in the I want to call it a competition event. I don't know what you would call that. The thing they did, where basically there were these buckets around that you could take treats out, you could put treats in, depending on what Big Brother told you to do. Whoever had the most treats at the end won 5K. They've done stuff like this on Big Brother Canada before, and it's happened, right? Where this kind of thing has been used, and again, it can cause a lot of resentment and rifts. It's kind of similar to a little bit of a quick tangent here. Something we've missed since food competitions have been gone away is this pointlessness that slop and have-nots have, right? Like there's no point to them at all anymore. Food comps used to make people kind of get competitive, and it would cause that resentment for either the people who beat you or the people on your team who caused you to lose. And it really, these little things that I think would help drive some of the drama in the game, and we've kind of lost that a little bit since food competitions went away. Now, slop and have-nots, people just volunteer, and it's not the same. It just isn't. So I feel like things like this help build more of those cracks in those big alliances. And I think that's a big reason why big alliances had become such a problem in Big Brother, is because there were nothing to cause them to break up, right? Like the meta was, yeah, if we just stick together, we're going to make it to the end. There was no reason for them to really drive each other apart. And food comps, I think, would do that back in the day. At least that's just my little theory on why things kind of went the way they did. Because it used to be back in the day, every Sunday was a food or a luxury competition. Every single one, every Sunday episode, you would get the food luxury competition and it would be nominations. That's what it used to be back in the day. Now, we're lucky if we get anything other than just the nominations on Sundays and maybe some good conversations, except if it's probably just a bunch of filler. So and maybe we'll see the end of the HOH competition because they don't show us that anymore on Thursdays. But yeah, that's just a thing that was interesting. Matt won this. He won 5K from them putting the candy in the bucket. So good for him, I guess. I did love that they touched on Cirie's just uncanny ability to get people to like her and make people think that she loves them. And also Jag not falling for it as well and being like, this is why, right? like she's great at this. This is why she has to go. Jag doesn't use the veto, and they kind of have Cirie going, I gotta figure out how to stay, but there's no maneuvering this. Like there's two people you have to flip and they're not flipping. Like it's not gonna happen. But that pretty much covers what happened on the episode. We can get into the feeds now as well with everything that kind of went on. Was there anything else on the episode? Not really. It was all right, I guess, for an episode. There was the weird filler with the toe stuff, but other than that, very mid as far as the episodes go. But they did give you the information you needed to know. Bowie and Jag are going after Cirie. Matt didn't really want to. I'm assuming they're going to show how everything is now at this point on Thursday's episode. But yeah, it's a thing. It's definitely a thing. Let's jump into what happened on the feeds. Yesterday, they all started dressed in black. I don't even know exactly how that idea came about, like who was the ones like, oh, let's dress in black for Halloween. But they all did it. Matt and Jag even had like masks. Like Jag had like a Robin mask that he had over his eyes. Matt had like one over his mouth. And they were all, dressed up like that for the day. Later though, they did get real costumes from Big Brother with like wigs and stuff like that for them to wear, as well as pumpkins and booze for like a little Halloween party for them. But we can check out something here because they did carve pumpkins, and this is some of their work here. You can see a nice little smiley face pumpkin there. BB25. This one here, it's got like the stitches on the mouth and stuff like that. This is actually Matt's pumpkin here. And what's that on the side? Is that an R and a oh yeah, we have a better angle of this. Yeah, he did Reilly Hearts Matt. That's that's what Matt did on his pumpkin. Reilly R. I assume for Reilly. I don't know who else. Red? Maybe it's for Red. Listen, I'm jumping to conclusions here. Maybe the R's for Red. Red loves Matt. I think I'm just that's what it is. Anyway, that's pretty much what their Halloween was like. There was some nastiness and lies still about as well. They were up in the HOH room for a while, and Cirie kind of took the opportunity when Felicia left to ask Jag. She was like, "I got your vote, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then later tells Bowie, he's like, "Well, she didn't say, 'Do I have your vote to stay or go?' She just said, 'Do I have your vote?' You have my vote, but it's to be evicted." It's like lies for no reason. Like at this point, you can just be honest with Cirie. Like there's nothing she can do to like flip things, right? And even if you don't want to be honest with her, like you don't have to do it very vindictively, like kind of like he's doing. But also, here's the thing. We talked about this on the live stream yesterday. This is not a new thing. This is Big Brother. And like I'm sorry if you guys don't like it. I understand. I don't really like it either when it happens. But this has been Big Brother for years. And it's just a kind of like a psychological thing. You might have heard about the Stanford prison experiment, where like when you get power in these like weird little closed environments, it goes to your head, and eventually you can do things that you would normally not do and would be out of character for yourself. And it has happened over and over throughout the years. Have there been some that have never stooped to that level? Yes. Have many of your favorites over the years done this? 100%. Even people who are your favorites in the house right now have done this as well this season. So it's one of those things where I understand where people are upset or disappointed. But it's not new, right? Like I don't go and be like, oh, these three up here, they're terrible now. It's like, oh yeah, the other two were also maybe a little bit terrible earlier in the season, but it's just a thing that happens, right? When you're in power like that in this game, it happens, and it's not great, but it does. Now, a little bit of a shout out to Morrow, because I think he made a really good point in the Discord about how, yes, this has happened in the past, but maybe we should hold them to a higher standard, especially because society has kind of grown and changed over the years as well. And I think that's pretty valid, right? Like I think there is a strong case where it's like, okay, yeah, maybe we should start to kind of do better here. But also maybe we should prepare the house guests a little bit better for this as well. But then that also kind of ruins the show, because then we lose out on a lot of that drama I talked about as well. It's kind of that catch-22, because so many times people will say like, oh, I miss the old raw real Big Brother. And then you get the old raw real Big Brother and you don't like it. And when I say you, like, I want to point out, it's not really you guys that I'm talking to. Most of the people here are really cool. Pretty much, if you found your way here, you hang out, you watch these videos, you make it to this point in the video, you're not usually one of the people that I'm talking to when I say this. It's the extreme ones, the toxic fans that I kind of talk about before, on all, like, all different ends, right? Like different fandoms have their extreme love for one particular house guest, and they think that's like the end all be all. And that's kind of my point as well, where even not just the house guest, but the fans can fall into this as well. Not just with house guests, but maybe even podcasters, where you get in this kind of like group think mentality and you go like, oh yeah, like this is what it is and this is the way it is. It's why like I never want you guys to be like, oh, Ori said this, so it must be true, or think that I'm some kind of expert in Big Brother and all of my thoughts and opinions are fact. No, I'm just some goofy dude on the internet who loves Big Brother and really enjoys talking about it with you guys and hearing your thoughts. Uh, I I think if my thoughts happen to resonate with you guys, awesome. If you disagree, even better, because then we may never fully agree, but we can discuss and possibly understand each other's points a little bit better. But I think it's just one of those things where things like this happen and it's okay. Maybe it would be better if people weren't this nasty. I agree. But it happens. And it's also one of those things where I think I know myself, I'm not perfect. And if you all are honest people watching this as well, I think most of you will say, you're not perfect either. Raise your hand if you've never said anything bad about anyone ever. I yeah. So it's one of those things where it happens. And is it great? No. Is it something that I think has layers to it where it's not just like, how terrible are these people now? We can relax. It's a weird, crazy situation that they're put in. They've been in there now for 92 days. It is a bit of a messing with your mind experience, and it's easy to fall into these things that you normally wouldn't do in your regular life. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking after that weird little Ori rant thing. I don't even know what that was. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a great Halloween. I hope you have had a wonderful weekend and how everything all went for you guys. We're now on Wednesday though, so it's like the middle of the week. We're getting ready for the next weekend. What are you talking about now, Ori? Halloweens are weird when you have the holiday on a Tuesday. Okay, I know it's supposed to be October 31st, but like, could we like make a thing where it's just celebrated every like the last Friday of October? Like, I don't know. Like, like maybe we can change things. Anyway, thank you guys again so much for watching. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, smash that like button. Hit the notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Check out the links to all my socials in the description down below, pinned comment. Check out things like the Twitch and Kick, which I know I'm not on a lot, but I do plan on getting on a lot more now that the season's going to be wrapping up soon. Check out the Discord as well. It's been a lot of fun in there, kind of chatting about everything that had been going on. So thank you all guys all again so much for just watching, hitting that like button, hitting the comment. That's the best way to really support me and these videos. And I will see you next time.